Hello, I'm Christian Ross. I've been attending Brashear High School for 3 years now. I'm a junior. I'm involved with the Brashear Marching Band, Jazz Band, and a couple other musical activities at the school. In terms of the Pittsburgh Promise, I think it's something that everyone should be able to meet. Its standards are very normal to get, I would think. 2.5, 9% attendance is completely doable for every student at Brashear High School. I knew that getting the Pittsburgh Promise would be something that would be beneficial to me. I plan on attending Duquesne University, and having that extra $40,000 can go far. For me specifically, I think it's going to pay for some of my books and such. I plan from Duquesne, I plan on going to be a physicist, and right now, if you can demonstrate that you can achieve a 2.5 and show that you really care for school and are focused and well motivated, I think in the far future, for our future as a civilization, you can go far. And demonstrating at Brashear High School that you have a 2.5 seems very simple to me when we have, several global issues at stake.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready, and.
Go to Brashear. Not really promise ready, haven't really tried the last 3 years. Whole 3 quarters of this time I got 3 O's. The younger classmen just start from freshman year, don't mess up, don't play around, you're just gonna fail.
So I can remember very clearly a student that I had, I think 6 years ago or 7 years ago, and she was heartbroken because her parents had split up or they had bad credit or something. She was a really bright kid, but she could not afford college, could not afford to go to CCAC, she couldn't afford any of that stuff. And as soon as I heard about the Pittsburgh Promise, that was the student that I thought of. And the fact that now those kids are going to be able to go someplace. The kids that really want to go are going to be able to go. So I think that's phenomenal. I think that there's a huge opportunity out there, and if you ask any kid in the nation that is not in Pittsburgh, how cool would it be to get $40,000 to go to whatever college you want to in your state? They would be astounded that those opportunities are present. And you guys have those opportunities, which I think is really neat.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
Hi, I'm Tina.
We're seniors at Brashear, and we are Promise ready.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, I have a 2.4. I almost made it, but I'm going to do the extended program for CCAC, and then I'll get my money for the Promise.
I'm Promise ready. I've always been Promise ready. I almost didn't make it due to my attendance. So something I would say to future students wanting to get their Promise is you should definitely come to school, and if you don't, bring a note, because that's something that you shouldn't let take that away from you.
Go to school and do your homework.
Seriously, study.
Yeah, homework is pretty much like the biggest thing. You should definitely do it. Don't procrastinate, because I was never really a homework person. If I could go back, I would do all of my homework, because I think that's what really brought me down. Now I got to do this extended program, and it's just do your homework. It's worth it.
Take your studies seriously. It might seem like a waste of life, but these are the basic things you need to know when you go further on in life on how to just be responsible and how to earn the things you really want. That's the biggest thing I think I learned from high school is you have to earn the things you really want.
You should know how to calculate your GPA. I think it's like, what is it? A
is a 4, D is a 3, C is a 2, and D is a 1. You add them all together, and then you divide by how many classes you have, and that should give you your rough GPA. But it is different than your overall GPA, which controls whether you get the promise or not. So just because you have a bad semester grade does not mean that you can't have the promise anymore. It's a 4-year-long process that you work hard the whole time.
Pay attention in class. Like, I know you're gonna be distracted by your friends and stuff. You guys are gonna be cutting up, doing whatever. But like, cool, talk to them and stuff. But like, get your work done. Do not let your friends bring you down. Like,
because after high school they won't be around.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yes.
Like, your circle is just gonna get smaller and smaller. So just do your work and do what you need to do to get where you need to be.
My name is Kayla Claiborne, and I'm Promise Ready. I'm lucky because I really slacked off my senior year. I don't know, but to be Promise Ready, you gotta have a 2.5 GPA and a 90% attendance. So it's easy to keep as long as you come to school and do your work. A lot of those things. I have a problem with getting to school early all the time, so I definitely have to change those patterns when I get to college. I think the Promise is a great opportunity because that $40,000 is going to help a lot, especially with books and things like that.
Hi, my name is Mina Aldori. I'm a student at Brashear High School. I'm a senior. I will go to Carlow University. I will study pre-med major. And I'm a Promise Ready, but I won't get the full amount because I came 9th grade. I will write up a peer letter to prove I'm a good student and hopefully get the full amount.
I'm a junior for Brashear, and I got decent grades. I'm getting ready to play football for my last year in high school. I'm trying hard to work on this Pittsburgh Promise. I almost qualify. I'm almost there. I'm pretty close.
Yeah, my name is Elijah Cargo. I came from U Prep though. I go to Brashear, attend here though. It's pretty decent though. You know, I like it though. The only thing I'm trying to worry about is trying to get to that promise. I'm not Promise Ready though, but I'm trying to get there though. I'm trying to succeed out here.
I'm Angela and I'm in 10th grade and I play sophomore.
I'm Miranda. I'm in 10th grade and I play softball.
The Promise is going to help me a lot because I'm not sure what college I want to go to yet, but it's going to help me like get money and like get started throughout college.
To get the Promise, I guess I don't know really how I got it. I just kind of kept up with my work and did my homework and just paid attention.
You have to make sure whenever you play sports that you keep up with your work and you go to the classes that you're going to be missing so you get all the work and you stay caught up and don't get behind.
I'm Mike, an 11th grader at Brashear High School. I work after school, so I have to keep my attendance up, my grades, and try to balance it all between work and...
I'm the Executive Director of Voices Against Violence. My name is Richard Carrington. I've been working in Pittsburgh Public Schools as a volunteer for approximately 14 years. We've been in the Pittsburgh Public Schools for 17 years. We primarily work with Southside youth. We have a summer camp that has over 220 youth in it. It's a free summer camp, and which is what we keep the reading, math, and science going on throughout the summer for our youth. We work with kids between the age of 5 and 17, and then during the school year, we're here the very first day of the school. The service we provide for Brashear High School is mediation for their students and teachers, and we also have secondary programs that are specifically wrapped around education and getting our kids ready for graduation and moving on into the world. I think the Pittsburgh Promise, through my research and my knowledge of it since it's begun, its inception, is one of the greatest programs that exists for young people in high school for these reasons. One, it gives them motivation to achieve their goals, knowing that someone is putting $40,000 on the table if they meet the minimum requirements of a 2.5 GPA and 90% attendance. It puts them in a position where their families, whether black, white, or any color, does not have the burden of that particular $40,000. Once you've reached college and you realize between FAFSA and Pell Grants and various other monies, most families have to take out loans in order to put their children through college. All parents want to put their children through college or some sort of secondary education, but don't have the financial support to do it. The Pittsburgh Promise, with $10,000 per year, puts them in a position to alleviate some of those funding issues and makes it much easier for a kid who has a goal and wants to achieve it to reach that goal. I think the Pittsburgh Promise is well supported here within the city. The director of the organization is one of the greatest individuals that you'll ever come across, Brother Salim, and the schools focusing on getting kids ready for the Pittsburgh Promise not only puts our kids in a position to get better grades and do better in school and put themselves in a better position on the world economy to get a good job, it is uniquely enhancing every kid's opportunity to not claim financial disability as the reason for not attending secondary education. I believe it's a great program. I support it 100%. I am part of the We Promise group for the Pittsburgh Promise, and I do everything in my power on a daily ability to get our kids ready to receive the Pittsburgh Promise and its benefits. I have one of my children is a recipient of the Pittsburgh Promise. She's a senior at Clarion this year. She will be graduating this year. She's been receiving the Pittsburgh Promise for 4 years, and as a father, I can tell you those $10,000 come well in hand. They are a blessing to me to not be able to have to go the route of finding the financial aid to help my child. I also have a son who's a junior at Morehouse College in Atlanta. Being that he chose an outside program, he didn't receive the Pittsburgh Promise, which requires me to pay $8,000 a year out of my pocket in order for him to complete his schooling in Atlanta.
Hi, my name is Rakaya Gofar. I'm a senior at Brashear High School.
Kayla Claiborne. I'm also a senior at Brashear High School, and we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Promise. I feel as though the Pittsburgh Promise is a great opportunity. I'm glad that we have the chance to actually receive it. But you can't receive it if your GPA is lower than 2.5 or your attendance is lower than 90%. It's not that tough to keep up with. You just got to come to school, do your work, be on time as well.
They're not really asking you for too much. They're basically asking you for a C average in everything, including attendance. So if you just come to school and get your work done, put in the best effort that you can, just work the hardest you can work, then it's obtainable.
Right. And definitely don't just wait till your last year to go pull through with the GPA and the attendance, because definitely the other 3 years will definitely help you maintain. Just don't slack off at all.
Yeah, it gets hard too, like your senior year with senioritis kicking in and stuff. It's like, don't slack off, because it'll show on your fourth quarter, because when finals come, if your grades aren't good and then finals come and you don't do good on finals, you just might slip right out of Pittsburgh Promise.
It's right in your hands.
Right through your fingers. Know your teachers. Know and have a relationship with your teachers, because your teachers will help you. Like, if you're going through something, they'll extend your work, like make your due date longer, just to make sure that you get your work in so that you are Promise ready, because your teachers do care and they do want you to succeed. They'll be on your case, and that's a good thing.
I'd definitely say get involved in organizations and clubs at the school. Like it keeps you busy, but not so busy where you don't have a life as well. But it also keeps you busy and up and not getting lazy and fall into the whole I'm not gonna do this and I'm not gonna do that. But it keeps you going.
Keeps you involved in your school.
You get to know the kids. Yeah, you get to know people.
Well, I participated in SAD, which is Students Against Destructive Decisions. We do a lot of advocating and, teach people about drug use and autism, different areas around things that teenagers see and go through in high school.
Right. Also, I'm in SAD as well, and then I used to be in steering committee. And we did a lot of the in-school activities such as prom, fundraisers, and graduation, things like that. Don't slack. Don't get caught up in being in the hallways, being with your friends, or going out to party, smoking, drinking, none of that. Stay focused on school. Because once college comes around and you're like, wow, I definitely could have done better, you should have been doing better, you can avoid that altogether.
And challenge yourself, because college is no joke, and college is going to challenge you. And if you just take the easy route with your classes and stuff, you're never going to be prepared. Like, it's all going to hit you at one time. So, challenge yourself, but don't put too much stress and pressure on yourself your senior year to where, you're not able to get homework done.
Hopefully, getting that 2.5 would show that you're able to show the world that you can do something.